Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on how I convert relatively straightish hair to curls using a flat iron. Now the flat iron I'm going to be using today is pretty new to me, but the technique of curling my hair with a flat iron is not new. So if this is a good flat iron, it will definitely work for this method. And I tried this for the first time last week just to make sure that it would straighten my hair, and it was great for that. And the product that I'm talking about is the BioSilk 1-inch titanium hairstyling iron. So technology has changed quite a bit since I last bought a flat iron. This one was sent to me for free, but the last time I bought one was about 10 years ago, and it was made out of ceramic. This one is now made out of titanium. So this hair tool does feature a 1-inch plate. That's the titanium plate you see inside. And it does actually have a digital readout of the temperature, which will show up here in Fahrenheit, as well as 3 different bars depending on how high the hot setting you have it on. They do recommend that if you have like fine hair, use it for 1 bar, medium hair, use it for the 2nd bar, and then coarse hair, use it on the hottest setting possible. And for those of you paranoid, it does have a 1-hour shut off. So if you ever leave your apartment or your house and you're worried about your flat iron still being on, don't worry, it will shut off after an hour. Now, the back of the box does say that it does have ceramic and titanium elements for the smoothest, silkiest straightening results. The thing that is such a difference between this flat iron and my previous one, which granted was quite old, is that this heats so freaking fast. It's like lightning fast. So to turn it on, obviously hit the power button and you'll watch the numbers climb to the appropriate temperature. I think it's gonna start out on 1 bar, but I'm gonna just move it to the 2nd one because that's what I prefer. So I'm setting mine at 395. And this is kind of neat. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it in the camera, but you actually see the numbers rise as it hits the appropriate temperature. All right, so to take my hair down, I'm just gonna show you what we're working with. I've had my hair in a bun all day and it is dry. So it's just like loose waves. There's maybe a little bit of dampness at the back from when I had my shower this morning. Now, this is not very different from my previous tutorial with the Kiss Insta Wave. It's the same sort of separating technique. So I'm just going to take the bottom of my hair, leave that down, and then bring the top section up and just like get it out of my face and out of my way. So that's why I always pull the little loop through the front so that that little hair piece is not hitting the back area. All right, this is now heated up. So this is really simple, guys. Take your piece of hair, take your flat iron, put your hair clamped in the middle, literally grab the end barrel and just turn. You're just gonna drag it the whole way down your hair until your hair pops out and then release it. And that's how you curl it. It is that simple. Now I've seen some people doing this by, I guess they like take it and then they just curl it like that, but that doesn't really work for me. So I really have to clamp it down, turn and twist as I'm pulling it down the length of the hair. So I'm just gonna keep going until I've got my whole head of hair done. I am actually gonna turn this up to a higher setting. I found it straightened my hair just fine with it on the like number 2 level, but for curling it, I seem to think that 3 is a bit better. One of the things that's really nice about this flat iron is, I don't know if you've ever owned a flat iron that catches your hair. Like, it's like the plates aren't on properly, kind of like there's a gap between the plate and where the wand ends or begins. And sometimes in previous flat irons that I've had, my hair catches in that little section that's missing and pulls it out, and that is horrible. This thing is not doing that, thankfully. All right, next section. And I interchange like away from my head towards my head. I think I said in my last video, it really doesn't matter which direction you're facing until you get to like the top crown. And I tend to lay mine pretty flat through there. As you can see, that's like a smooth edge, because I want as much hair to hit the plate as possible. Because obviously whatever hits the plate is what's going to be curling your hair. And the closest that your hair can get to that plate, the more it will curl and stay curled. And for anyone who's curious, I don't tend to use a thermal protectant for my hair. I have in the past, and I feel like it just weighs my hair down and actually makes it more difficult to like curl or flat iron my hair. I know some people have very strong opinions on protecting your hair, but my hair is not especially damaged. It's not dyed, and I don't really have to deal with damage or breakage and stuff like that, aside from at my ends, because I really only cut my hair like twice a year, maybe, or like once. Now the other thing too is, depending on your hair length, you may not be able to curl the top section as much as you would expect to. As you can see, the curls are starting quite low down, but it's because my hair has got kind of a length to it now, and it is weighing down those pieces of hair. As you see, I keep grabbing the tip here. Be careful when you're doing that. I have accidentally misplanted my fingers on the side of a flat iron, and it's not pleasant. So as I said earlier, I haven't used this flat iron to actually curl my hair yet, and as you can see, it's turning out just fine. This section I always curl away because I don't want it like cascading right into my face. And I actually taught myself this trick one day. I was on vacation and I only had my flat iron with me, and I was like, but I want curly hair. And I'm like, okay, you have to be able to do this with a flat iron. Oops, that piece didn't go so well. And sure enough, you can do it. All right, there we go. I think I've got all the pieces of hair on my head. At this point, you can go out if you want like this, but I would just brush through it with my fingers. Occasionally I'll put hairspray first, sometimes I'll do it after I do this. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay, there we go. Brush it out to your heart's content, add hairspray, maybe some hair oil if you're into that, and you're pretty much done. So using a flat iron is a great way to curl your hair because it really cuts down on the number of tools that you need. And I have to say, having used this for the first time ever to curl my hair today, the BioSilk one worked out just fine. Well, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!